When 10-year-old Medina Farouk became a target in this Danish election, she penned her response in a national newspaper.
You should treat others like you want to be treated.
Medina says she came home terrified one day after watching one of the campaign videos. I got angry and very sad when I watched, she says. I was afraid that we'd have to leave. This is what Medina saw. A man named Rasmus Paludan, an extreme right-wing politician calling for all Muslims to be deported. His shock tactics more than his message for a time saw him surge in the polls.
Rasmus Paludan is a convicted racist whose campaign stunts include ripping up and sometimes burning the Quran. That is testing Denmark's long history of freedom of speech. And yet ultimately, he's still allowed to run.
Paludan doesn't respond well to criticism.
Convicted racist allowed to run in this election.
Well, I'm not a convicted racist, but since you're a journalist, you don't care about the truth, you just want to paint your story.
Okay, thanks very much for your time. I think that's quite enough airtime.
Yeah, you don't have to touch me though.
Some of those following still want to try. I want to be your friend, says this protester, and give you a nice big hug. Critics have merged into a peaceful movement that follows him wherever he goes. As the opposition's galvanised, his hard-line party's poll ratings have slumped. Most mainstream parties say they'll try and isolate it. If it does enter Parliament, the centre-right have ruled out any cooperation.
He's a very small minority in this country. He have his votes. Let's see how it all turns out. But I'm not going to sit in a government who have to rely on his party.
The centre-left Social Democrats have been leading in the polls. They believe their harder stance on migration may have also sapped Paludan's support.
Politics in general is getting more extreme, but if you look upon the numbers right now, it looks like that the far out right in Denmark is much smaller now than it was last election.
The momentum appears to be with Paludan's opponents now, though the polls have been wrong before. Guy Henderson, CGTN, Copenhagen.